it's me. I'm back after 8 months and I thought I would do a video because I do have COVID right now. Love that for me. It is July. I came back, I just went to Hawaii. I got sick there, so I'm here now, but I'm quarantined, of course, and I am so bored. But I thought I would do a video because school, whether we like it or not, yeah, it's midsummer, it's coming, and I honestly I miss doing a video, and I want to do like a talking video for a little bit, even though it might be short or long or something. I just want to do it. I thought I would just talk about, give advice to incoming juniors in high school. I feel like people know it's hard going into junior year and understand, like, yeah, junior year's a hard year, like it's not gonna be hard for me and all that, but it is hard. Like, it's really hard. It was one of the worst years, I think, probably school-wise. It was the worst year I've ever had, and that's not saying much because it's literally, I've only ever gone up to junior year, but it was really hard. Mental health was a struggle, classes were a struggle, workload was a struggle, balancing, I think, was the worst part, and it was just difficult, and I want to talk about it and how my experience and what I would probably give advice to juniors, like incoming juniors. Yeah, so let's go into it. My junior year, I'll like try to make it short. My classes per se were not the most difficult classes, I think. Besides my one class, pre-calc was the worst class I've ever taken my whole life. Everything about it was horrible. So if you're going into that, I am deeply, deeply sorry. That was just the worst class ever. Mine was just difficult because I'm on my school's tennis team. So doing tennis, and I know tennis for at least my school, it ends in October, but after that it's like off season, so you have to go a few times a week, as well as going to school. And then after school, some days I had work, and then besides from work, I still had my friends, and I still have a boyfriend, and I still have my family that I also want to hang out with. So balancing all of those together was super difficult, and I didn't have the best time. I know I also had a club that I was vice president in, and then I was working on a really important project with me and my best friend through my history class, and like through social media. I've been trying to do all these things, and it's super hard because I'm stressed out. I know my friends are stressed out. I don't want to ignore my friends, my boyfriend, my family. I don't like doing that. I think it's important to still keep those connections because at the end of the day, it's just school, which sounds bad, but to me, it's like I'm gonna stress so heavily on math, on pre-calc, that I will never use in my life probably. Like, I want to be a nurse in the cosmetic field, and I don't think I'm gonna need to know pre-calc, you know? So there's that, and it's just really hard when it comes to that because I focus so much on my stress when it came to that class and school in general and balancing, but like really that part, you know, I've never had anxiety before, I think, or an anxiety attack, and I had 2 or 3 last year for the first time ever, and the first time was during my math final, and I didn't know what that was like, and that was super scary because I'm like, what is this feeling? And my dad just had it like a few months ago, and he was experiencing that, and it was weird because I didn't think I had anxiety until that. That was like my experience, and it was super bad, and I wouldn't recommend it. Like, junior year is hard. When people say it's hard, it's not hard. It's so difficult. And so many people can testify with me with that, but my advice incoming juniors would be, don't do too much. Just don't do too much, because it'll get to you. It really, really will get to you. Like, if you don't think you can handle a job as well as your sport, as well as your schoolwork, as well as your clubs, as well as your family, your friends, don't do the job. Just let them know, hey, I am really stressed out right now. Like, my sports season is going on. I won't be able to work, or like you might have to temporarily quit or something, or just don't get that job. And if you're a teenager working somewhere, your boss is gonna understand that school is important, sports is more important than your work. Both of those are more important, and they're gonna understand that, because you are like 14 to 19, I would say, is like the youngest and oldest here at school. But like, they're gonna understand that's more important. So they're not gonna be mad, they're not gonna like throw a fit or anything. They shouldn't, they're adults. Just try to balance it. Don't take that job. Don't like, if you are in a club or you're a member of a club, let either the president know, whoever's running your club in school, or just like whoever's in charge. If you're in charge, just say, hey, I'm taking a break. I gotta work on this for a month. Just let me be. They'll totally be okay with it. It's a school club. Like, it's not gonna be that serious. You just need to give yourself a break. That's like the main idea of this whole video. Just learn how to balance and take a break, and, you know, really nurture your mental health, because that's super important. So like, that would be my next tip, like with the clubs. And then another tip would be, pay attention to those relationships that you really care about. You might have a rocky part of the year. Like I said, like, you're super busy, you're super stressed, and you need to let your friends know that, hey, I'm in this mental state right now. Don't be hard on me if I don't call you back, if I don't answer your messages, if I'm not constantly in the loop with anything. Let your family, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your friends, like, all of them know, hey, this is where I'm at, and then they'll totally understand. I would say be organized, like very organized. I'm an organized person, and even sometimes I felt disorganized, which is like weird because I'm never disorganized, not to be like cocky or anything, but I have my things together when it comes to school. But you're like, so many things are gonna happen. You're gonna have a lot of homework, or you're gonna all of a sudden that same day find out you have 3 tests within 2 days, and you don't have time to study. And you just gotta be organized with that. Keep a calendar, keep a planner. I have a really awesome system that I created on Google Docs, just like making a calendar and having that as my main tab every day when I open my computer, and like, oh, this is what I have to do today, or like I change it constantly, add things, always keeping on top of it, so I know what I have to get done today, what my like appointments are, what my plans are, what my homework, my studying, all of that. It's super important to be organized, because being organized means you're productive, and like being organized really leads to being productive, which means that you just get your stuff done, and you want to have time for the fun things in life, or for your other activities, really. Sorry if my audio quality changed. I had to turn it back on and off. But another tip that I was gonna have was that just like, don't dress in sweats and a hoodie every day. Don't do that. Don't dress in pajamas. Like, actually maybe try, which is a weird tip, but like, I did that a lot during winter, just sweats and hoodie and pajamas, and that made me feel really unmotivated and not organized in a weird way. But I wasn't as productive, and I didn't feel great. So I think it's good to just try, like, put on jeans and a t-shirt, if anything, brush your hair, like maybe a little mascara, just something, so you're a little bit more together. Is that weird? I don't know. A little more together. I wish someone told me that, so I wouldn't have to wear sweats every single day. My next tip would be to make friends. Yeah, and it might sound weird, it might sound off because the whole time I'm like, balance is super hard, you might not have time for these, or like I didn't have time. But making friends is so fun. It makes the year so much more, like, a lot better. Join a club. I mean, I don't really make friends with the club, but my sports team, that, like, my tennis team that I'm on, I made so many new friends on that team, and you see them every day for hours on that day, and then you go to events for hours even longer. You go out with them and you become really close. So I think it's super cool to make friends that way. Clubs, you can make friends that way. I didn't personally make any friends joining clubs, but you never know. Just be open. Don't be so closed off. Even if you have your own friend group, just be open to meeting new people and inviting them, because that just creates like amazing people and friendships and all that. So definitely recommend doing that. My last tip, at least for now, I don't know, is keep up with your hygiene. Yeah, keep it up. You might not want to take a shower one day because you're tired, or you don't have time. You have time to take a shower. Go and do that. You have time to wash your hair. You have time to do your skincare. Your skincare is gonna get, your skin is gonna get super bad. You're gonna have a bunch of acne. You're gonna be greasy, oily, like I am now, but girl, slay, it's fine. You're not gonna have that energy, you might not have that energy to do it, but it's important. You don't want your face to show how you might be doing mentally inside, which doesn't sound good, but you don't. Like, at least try a little bit, and it is difficult, but I mean, I definitely let that go, and I paid the price for letting my skin go by just eating a bunch of junk because I was in a bad mood, or like stress eating is not good. And that showed on my face. Like, I have some acne scars over here from that, and I don't like dealing with that. It's not the best thing in the world. So definitely take care of your skin, like your teeth. Don't get cavities because you're stress eating, or you're too lazy to brush your teeth, you're too stressed. Like, I understand your anxiety and stress really causes you to not want to do any of that because you don't have the energy. Just do it. Like, just try for me. Try for me. Through my experience, I wish someone would have told me these specific things, because I know I definitely went through it, and so did all my friends, and we just, hell of a year, definitely. But I hope you guys have a good year. I know it's not like now, but I know some people are literally starting in 2 weeks, and I'm like, oh my god. But let's try to have a good year. It'll go by quickly. It'll go by long, but like quickly. Enjoy it before your senior year, I guess. Don't stress out too much. Please don't stress out too much. It's school. It's your junior year. At the end of the day, your boss isn't gonna be like, you got bad grades in your junior year, I'm not hiring you in the future. Like, that's not gonna happen. Don't worry. Get through it. Get through your AP classes if you are taking them. Get through finals. Get through, if you're taking ACT or SAT, get through those. I didn't take it, luckily, thank god. But if you are, good luck with that. Hope everyone has a good day and good night, and bye.